Hello, Mary Meet. This is a video response to Outbound Secrets on her video about the left-hand path and the right-hand path. And first I have to say kudos to you. Your video was amazing. I think it is one of the best explanations I have heard about this topic, and I have been on the left-hand path for quite some time and I've had to explain it quite a few times, and you said it far better than I ever could. So yeah, I just not much more really needs to be said. You are very right in what you're saying. I just felt like uh, adding a few things. Basically, to me, the left-hand path and the right-hand path is basically the right-hand path is other focused. It is most common religions are right-hand path, and right-hand path focuses on society. It focuses on others, and it also focuses on taking your morality from others. Basically, that morality can then come from religious text or from tradition and so on and so forth, but it comes from others. And the individual is expected to conform to this. The individual itself is viewed as less than society. As such, in most such religions, it is seen as virtuous to give your life for others, for example, or sacrifice yourself for others. It is seen as the right and decent thing to do. The left-hand path, however, are self-focused. And one of the things that is important there is that your morality comes from yourself. You choose what you are going to see as right and wrong. You are not driven by a religious idea or tradition. You have to sit down and make your own morality. This is basically what Crowley meant when he said basically that uh, you can do anything. He has been misquoted so many times as several quotes where he comments on, for example, the "do what you will shall be the whole of the law." And what he means by that is not you should go out and just go berserk. What he means is that you should, and the whole quote is, "Do what you will shall be the whole of the law. The love is the law. Love on the will." Basically, you should make your own morality, I mean, in accordance with your will. And basically, a lot of people misunderstand this concept of something being self-centered. I think that then you don't care about others. And that could be further from the truth. Being on the left-hand path does not mean that you don't care about others, but it means that you have a self-focus, and that if you set others before yourself, it is because you choose to, not because society decide that it is so. So, for example, a mother on the left-hand path will often then choose to put her children before herself because it thinks these children are a way by which I will attain immortality. Or these children mean more to me than my life, so I choose to put them before myself. But she doesn't do so because society demands that of her. So, yeah. Now, where black and white and other color coded magic comes into it, now, of course, I believe that magic is magic. It's what we use it for, that it doesn't have a color there and there, but a lot of people associate black magic with the left-hand path. And to a certain degree, I can see why, because a lot of people see it like this, that good magic only benefits others. If we go to fiction, you can see, for example, the TV show Charmed, where anything that benefits the main characters are they are punished for that. And I mean anything, not so like if it benefits them and takes something from others. No, no. If they do anything that actually benefits themselves, even if that helps others in turn, is a no-no. And this is an idea that a lot of people have, that white magic only benefits others. And a lot of the definitions I've seen about black, white, and gray magic, and I don't like talking about it in color-coded version because I feel that sort of muddies the thing. But yeah, is that white magic is things that only benefit others or advances you spiritually. Black magic harms others, and gray magic is basically things that are beneficial to you but doesn't harm others. And yeah, it has been sort of selfish is a swear word in our society. You're selfish, you're a horrible person. And that is what people on the left hand path is. Again, basically people on the left hand path says, yeah, I'm selfish. That's how it is. Nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean, however, that you don't care about others. But it do mean that you put yourself before others. For example, I'm on the left hand path, and if there was a terrible fire, knock on wood, but if there was a terrible fire and I could only save myself, I would save myself and let others die. I would have no moral qualms about doing that. Children, old people, doesn't matter. If I could only save myself, I would save myself. However, that doesn't mean that if I could save others, that I wouldn't. It means I wouldn't sacrifice myself for others. So the left-hand path has nothing to do with being evil. It has, though, of course, in a lot of moral systems based on right-hand path ideology, these kinds of things are evil. And yeah, now when it comes to a lot of people calling, for example, linking, for example, Satanism with the left-hand path, to a certain degree they're right, and the symbolisms do match up. That doesn't mean that all kinds of left-hand path are Satanism. But basically, if you look at, for example, the number 666, it what it numerologically becomes a 9, and 9 is the earthly, the manifest. And a lot about left-hand path is fully accepting that we are earthly creatures and enjoying the fact that we are earthly creatures. We don't deny ourselves. We enjoy sex, we enjoy food, we enjoy long moonlight walks. Whatever is that gives you pleasure in this earthly existence. While the right hand path much more looks to spirit and sees that we should forsake this earthly plane and become more spiritual. And really, if you look closely at the conflict between God and the devil in the Bible, it is very much the conflict between spirit and flesh. And as such, somebody who is on the left-hand path would fall down on the side of the devil, pardon the pun, because we are very much of flesh. And but yeah, as you say, very much the left-hand path is about strengthening the self. It is about being an individual and taking individual decisions, while the right hand path is about others, being part of a society and with the goal of joining spirit. Now, when that is said, I don't think that anyone, at least very, very few, are completely left hand path or completely right hand path. I mean, if you look at it just spiritually, I definitely feel part of a great whole, and I don't scoff at that. I mean, I believe there is a part of us that join with all of life, all of spirit. But I also do not believe that things that a lot of right hand path ideologies have, that basically we should get rid of our egos, that you can't advance spiritually unless you get rid of your ego. I believe we need both. We need both a strong sense of self, and we need to be able to work together as individuals. So yeah, and really, left hand path, right hand path has nothing to do with good or evil. And let me take another example from fiction. The Borg. They are right hand path. 100% right hand path. That's a right hand path ideal in the flesh, right there. So it's not about good or evil, it's about whatever or not you're self centered or group centered. So yeah, and when it comes to becoming a god, yeah, a lot of people on the right hand path have that as a goal, but really there are no set goals for whatever or not your right hand path or left hand path. It's more about your approach to things. Whatever or not your approach is, how shall I put it? You can say that the right hand path is the path of servitude. You can see that in, for example, a very right hand path religion, Christianity, where we constantly then talk about, and then when I say we are not saying, because some people claim I'm saying that, I'm not saying I'm Christian, I'm saying that when we read in the Bible, we constantly read that one should be a servant to God, one should be servant to others, one should be subservient, one should be a little lamb in the pack of other little lambs, and so on. And this, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm saying that it's a path of servitude. While the right hand path is, the left hand path is a path of the tyrant. I'm not saying tyrant as an evil, but as in you will rule your life. The left hand path is about serving only yourself and whoever you choose to serve. And this comes both to the physical and to the spiritual. In, for example, Christianity, you gain favor with God. You gain in spiritual valuta, if you want, by serving others and serving God. In left-hand path ideologies, you gain in spiritual valuta by developing yourself and serving yourself. Now, of course, to be fair, if you're going to throw curses around and do all of these things that people might call black magic, it is more aligned with a left-hand path way of thinking, because the left-hand path doesn't have a built-in idea that such things are morally wrong. It can be morally wrong by the individual followers, moral systems. But it isn't wrong in and of by itself, though it is by most right-hand path systems. However, that being said, many say that there's nothing that can do more harm than somebody who do things with the best of intentions. Because there's so much shit that has been done up through the years by people who do so with the best of intentions. I mean, we have records of husbands who turned in their wives, believing they were witches, so that these women were tortured and burned because they believed they did the right thing. They completely walked the right hand path. They did it to serve her. They did it because they believed that if they did that, she would not suffer in hell for eternity. So I mean, or you say that the path to hell is paved with good intentions, so it's not like bad things can't happen on the right hand path. But I do agree that it is easier to do spiritual violence on the left hand path, but that doesn't mean that it is automatically a part of being on the left hand path. So yeah, I don't know how much else I can add. You said really it all within your video. So I just wanted to add a few things. So yeah, to me very much, like I said, the right hand path is the path of the servant. You serve others, you serve society, you serve spirit, you serve God. You serve as a part of a whole. While the left hand path is the path of the tyrant. You rule yourself, you rule others, you choose what you will allow to rule in your life. Both have the potential for a lot of good, both have the potential for a lot of evil. It's just a different way of walking life. And I also think that very few people walk just the left hand path and just the right hand path. I mean, there's a golden middle road here. So when I say I'm on the left hand path, it's because I'm a little bit more to the left than to the right. But there are a lot of elements of the right hand path that I also have with me in my path. And I think that's the way for most people. Because I think to be completely left hand, completely right hand, that will be very, very difficult. Anyway, let me just again say I really loved your video. One of the best YouTube videos I have seen in a long while. Have a great day. Blessed be.